Hey, it's Lucas, and today we're going to be reviewing this Lumir Mint Sherbet. Before we jump fully into this review, YouTube, I will not be showing the medication in this video. I will not be medicating in this video. I'm purely going to be talking about this medication in the video. None of this goes against the community guidelines. If you age restrict this, then you're just being discriminatory. So Mint Sherbet is a cross between Sunset Sherbet and Kush Mints, strains that I've both had before, strains that I like individually, and now strains that I like together. Outside of medical, this is called Sherbet Mints. I don't know why medical likes to take pre-existing strains and then call them something else. It doesn't make sense to me, but if somebody knows, please tell me. So according to Leafly, this strain will leave you relaxed, sleepy, and happy. It's good for treating pain, insomnia, and stress. Now that that's out of the way, we're going to jump into the review, starting with the looks. I don't think it looks good, to be honest. Some people are saying that this is one of the better looking medical strains, but I personally think this looks terrible. If you want to see what it looks like, click the link in the pinned comment. It'll take you to a short that I posted just so that this doesn't get age restricted. It's mainly really small nugs that look deep brown and black. It's really unappealing. It looks old. It looks dead. I can see what they were going for, and I'm not sure if this is just an old batch, but when I can imagine what it looked like before it was irradiated, and it probably looked great. It was probably really nice light green with deep purples on there, but the irradiation and just probably the aging of it makes it look terrible. Like it just looks horrible right now. Shining a light on it to make a video makes it look a little bit better, but if you're just looking at it straight in the pot or in a jar like I've got it, it's not appealing. Really small, tight, spongy, there's no bounce back there, there's no snap, it just feels like you're pressing down on a washing up sponge. I'm not sure whether it's old trichomes or whether it's just the orange hairs that have gone really dusty, but the nugs look like they're covered in an orange dust, and then underneath that orange dust there's like black purples, and the dark greens are almost turning brown. It just looks old, it just looks bad. I'm gonna give it a 2.5 for the looks. It just really looks bad to me. Also forgot to mention that there are seeds in this, not many. I found a couple micro seeds, and I think I found one white one. Didn't find any mature ones, unfortunately, but yeah, I found seeds in this bud, and I could actually see on one of the buds a big hole where a seed had come out of it. I didn't get the seed, so I don't know where that seed is, but there was definitely seeds in this bud at some point. Anyway, moving on to the smell. I've had this bud in a jar for 4.5 weeks, and since then, when I first opened the pots, I got a really strong menthol smell. I could really smell the Kush Mints, and since it's been in the jar, I'm still getting that mentholy smell, but a lot more of the sweeter, sherbety side have started to come out as well. It's almost like sweet sherbet. Imagine putting your head over like a box of sweet sherbet, and somebody's mixed in some menthol crystals, and you're just inhaling that, and that's the kind of smell that you get. It's not bad. I can still smell a little bit of the plasticky medical pot in there, which is not good, but the smell in general is pretty good, so I'm going to give it a 7 out of 10 for the whole nugs. And then when you grind it up, it releases a lot more of that menthol smell, and also a lot more of the sweetness, so I would boost it up to a 7.5 when it's ground up. Because this is my nighttime strain, I'll usually start at anywhere between 175 to 185 in the Mighty. I'll usually vape 2 bowls of this, and it'll put me to sleep pretty quickly after that, to be honest with you. Starting at 170, the flavour you get is like a creamy, cookie-ish menthol, all combined together. It's really nice. Mainly creamy cookie with like an after feeling of menthol as you exhale. As you increase the temperature from 175 to 185 and then gradually up to 210, it gets a little bit sweeter, but to me, I feel like it just unlocks more of the menthol. It could be the harshness in my throat that is giving the illusion of menthol, but you can taste it a little bit as well in there. The biscuitiness stays strong, and it unlocks some of the gassiness. I feel like the Sunset Sherbet gets lost in the vape, to be honest with you. It is very Kush Mints leaning, or at least this batch for me is very Kush Mints leaning. I've been told by people who combust their medication, we don't do that over here, we strictly vape our medication, but I've been told by people who combust their medication that a lot more of the Sunset Sherbet comes through. It's a lot sweeter, a lot less mentholy, and yeah, like I said, a lot more Sunset Sherbet leaning, and apparently the ash is more grey. It's not white, but it's not super black. It's somewhere in the middle, making it not too terrible. If you like to combust your meds, you're going to get more of the Sunset Sherbet. If you like to vape your meds, you're going to get more of the Kush Mints. I don't know why that is. It could be something to do with temperatures. Maybe in the vape, the Mighty only goes up to 210, so perhaps it doesn't unlock those terps, and you don't get the Sunset Sherbet side. Maybe when you smoke it, you get more of that because of that. I don't know. Like I said, I'm not about the science, but I'm actually asking the question myself, so if you do know, tell me. The taste for me in the vape of cookies and menthol and just a little bit of gas, I like that. To me, that's a really good flavour. I would go ahead and give that, my brain said 8, I don't think it's quite an 8, I'm going to give it a 7.75 for the flavour. So moving on to the effects, I said in my first time trying this that the minty terps gave me a boost of energy in that I didn't really feel tired. That wasn't strictly true. Later on in the video, it did hit me and I did start to feel tired. The minty terps for me, I think I got it wrong. I think the minty terps for me do put me to sleep. I really like them for a nighttime. They make me really relaxed. I find with the mint sherbet, if you let it, it will put you to sleep. If you don't want to go to sleep, it will just relax the fuck out of you. It's definitely not energetic, but it is, I would say, not uplifting. I don't really know how to describe it. Say for me, I medicate for anxiety, depression. I don't feel like I want to get up and do stuff right now, but my brain definitely feels happier than it did before I'd medicated. I don't know what you would call that, but that's the way it makes me feel. It's not energetic, but if you didn't want to go to sleep immediately, you could read a book, you could play a game, you could watch a movie, you could definitely do, I don't know, non-active tasks is how I'm going to word it. You're not going to run around and clean your house, but you could, I don't know, my brain went build Lego. That's not something I do, but I imagine it would probably be quite fun to go build some Lego after you've smoked a bit of this. It's perfect for what I need it for. Lately, I've been vaping 2 bowls of this and then going to watch something in bed and falling asleep mid whatever it is that I'm watching and not even realizing. So it's definitely good for what it's prescribed to me for. Effects for me, 8.5 out of 10, does what it says on the tin. So looks got a 2.5, I think. We really need to do something about the look of medical bud. Well, not all of it from what I've seen, but most of it looks awful, smells awful. It does the job, but we need to do something about the looks and the smell because it's just terrible at the minute. This had so much potential. It could have been really nice. Sunset Sherbet and Kush Mints both look really nice, so this should look good, but it looks dead, it looks black, it looks horrible. 2.5 out of 10. Smell, I gave a 7.5. It is more Kush Mints leaning for me, which is not a bad thing. I like the mentholy smells. There's a bit of sweetness in there. It's nice, 7.5. Once you've got it out of those tubs, I may add. When I first smelled it, it didn't smell terrible, but after a month in the tub, it definitely smells a lot better than it did. With the Boveda packs that it came with, both of them are in there because I had the 20 grams in there. It shifted from more Kush Mints leaning to being a little bit more Sunset Sherb-ish. It's about 60-40 right now, still leaning towards Kush Mints, but putting it in the jar has allowed that smell to come out. 7.75 if you include the ground up bud, which always smells better. And then the taste for me is getting a 7.75. I really liked it. I would have liked it if the Sunset Sherbet came through a little bit more, maybe a little bit more sweetness, but I like the Kush Mints flavours, I like the cookie flavours, I like the mint flavours. Tiny bit of gas is alright. I've always said I don't really prefer the gassier flavours, but when it's done right, it's okay. So for me, this is definitely a winner. It's getting 7.75 for the flavour. And the effects again for me are bang on. I'm really enjoying it. I can't even speak. That's how sedating it is. It's taken away my ability to speak. I'm really enjoying it. 7.75 again, like I said. I could go and do something that doesn't involve running around. I actually have to go to work after this, so I'm feeling really chilled, which is good, but I actually feel like I want to go to sleep, which is not good. On a nighttime, straight to sleep, no worries. The effects, I'm going to give a 7.75. My brain was really pushing for an 8 then, but I don't quite want to give it that. 7.75 I think is very fair. For me, this is good. I probably will get this on my script again in future. I didn't get it for this month because I want to try out, you know, the vast array of bud that is on medical. But I probably will get this again in future. Hopefully they will up the quality, because the looks right now and also that initial smell is what's bringing it down. It has potential to be so good. If you got this on the black market, it'd be 10 out of 10. I guarantee you it'd be amazing. But whatever they do to the medical bud is just bringing it down. This has so much potential, and I said this about the other strains that I reviewed so far. This has so much potential. So if they can up the looks and the smell on this, it's going to be a 10 out of 10. So for now, Kush Mints is not Kush Mints. It's not Kush Mints. It is so leaning towards the Kush Mints side that I've said Kush Mints so many times throughout this video when I meant to say Mint Sherbet. I almost said Sherb Mints then, which is the same thing, confusing. But yeah, Mint Sherbet, 7.75 out of 10. I think if you suffer from anxiety, depression, insomnia like me, give this a go. It might work for you, but then again, effects are subjective, so give it a try. If you like this video, leave a like, leave me a comment telling me if you've tried Mint Sherbet, tell me what I should get on my next script, subscribe for more videos. Peace.